Listen, Dom, this has been pretty much one of the biggest 2 weeks in American history, at least for 2025.
Yeah,
First, we had Elon and Trump going at each other's throats.
And you were right, by the way.
Yeah, pat myself on the back because no one else
You
will.
don't get enough credit, bro. You need more credit.
I'll never get enough credit. If anyone else predicted that, imagine if Nick Fuentes said that.
Dude.
Bro, he would get 50 million clips. It is what it is, man. But we went from that to what we have, a riot situation in L.A.
Crazy.
Where people are waving the Mexican flag even though they've never been to Mexico. People who are waving the Mexican flag, if they actually went to Mexico, they'd be called a gringo just like me because they were born in the United States of America. And for some reason, they're waving that flag, yet they don't want to go back to that country. Dom, is that not crazy?
It's crazy, but it's expected. I predicted this would already happen. Like, I literally predicted that we would have riots this year by the summer. I said by like June. I literally had it on my Twitter because I said every time you have Donald Trump becomes president, we have to have riots and fires. That way they can claim a Republican presidency leads to chaos.
Bro, I'm sorry, man. LA's a field society. We've been there a couple times for some podcasts, but dude, the people are whack. It's kind of fake. The weather's nice though, but the actual living there, taxes expenses, bro, it's out of this world. LA, man, is field society, and you can't carry a gun. But guess what? Guns. Criminals have guns there, but we can't carry guns.
We couldn't walk around like this, could we?
No, dude. I go to LA with nothing on. No watch, no ring, nothing.
Yeah.
I seen friends pull up to LA in Beverly Hills, by the way, go at dinner and get robbed in broad daylight.
Yeah.
Virgin Millie's, Rolexes. I'm like, bro,
man.
it's weird over there, bro. Even celebrities that are tied in with gangs get robbed. Chris Brown, OT Genesis, they all get robbed. So LA's crazy, bro.
So it's basically part of America, but it's an extremely high crime area.
Yeah.
It's gangland, basically.
It's literally gangland. It's not even, it's a whole different world. It really is a whole different. I mean, Keanu Reeves, like I said, he got robbed.
Keanu Reeves?
Keanu Reeves got robbed.
He was nothing, bro.
No Matrix?
Oh, bro.
Come on, man.
Not with them guns, man.
I thought John Wick was going to fucking do something, man.
Not with them guns, no.
Yo, you know how it's bad? Because I know celebrities, I can't say their names, of course. They go to LA. If they don't check in,
It's over.
they find out where they're staying at, either a hotel or Airbnb, and they get pulled up on and say, yo, listen, bro, pay the tax, or we gonna
not
find
lying.
you.
Yo. Check in?
Yes, bro. Yes, you got to check
That's
in, bro.
real. Like, so black people, this is what I'm glad you mentioned that.
Bro.
Black people have a different reality from whites, it seems. Most of them. Because you'll have like white people be like, what are your favorite place of vacation? I had a white person like, Detroit. I love Detroit. I'm like, nigga, what?
What?
Yeah, but it's the thing.
That might be a mentally ill white person in
Their
Detroit.
perception
I
is
thought
different.
so too, bro.
But the checking in is a real thing. You have to check in. Some of these people are so tight that they know when you land.
Okay. So let me picture this because, I'm a little lighter skinned, so I might not understand what's going on.
You
here.
are? I couldn't tell.
When it comes down to it, say a major celebrity like Chris Brown,
Yeah.
or a major celebrity who's an athlete, and a black dude, they come into LA. Who do they actually have to check in with, bro?
Well, there was two big dogs back in the day. I mean, one of them is actually in jail now, Big U. He was for the Crips, of course. Nipsey also used to roll with him, other people. But the other one is, it's not Wack 100. He's kind of like a shadow underground type of guy. But the other one was another guy, I forgot his name. But either way, these two people you check in with normally. But what happened was, let's say, for example, you're a rapper or you said an athlete, right? You're going to have to go to where they want you to go.
Yeah.
For example, if you go as someone being bought by Bloods to the Crip area, you're fucked. If you go to certain areas, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So you need to know where to go and who to go with. So there's some people with you to walk with you when you go to certain spots.
And the thing is, if you don't check in and you make money in a city, most of the time they're going to fuck up the club. And they know this. They shoot up the club, they're never booking you again.
Yeah.
So they understand politics of the business.
There
But
you
even
go.
worse,
Yep.
if they get away,
My.
if you get away with their money, which they consider their money because you ain't check in and you make money in their city, they can book you again, put the money up front, and rob you for everything you have.
Yep.
They will book you for a show. So like you think you got off scot-free, they'll book you again and rob you for everything you have or take your
and
life.
it's funny because at your point, they'll meet you at the show and say, listen, bro,
You ain't getting out.
We're here.
This,
What's good?
And you can't leave.
can't
They're
leave, bro.
Yeah, see, yeah.
This
You can't leave.
sounds like some 1930s gangster shit.
is.
So let
It
me
is.
get, because, bro, I don't have to check in with anybody. Trust
Nah.
that, bro.
Yeah,
so
you
you're
wouldn't.
telling me if Shaq comes to LA,
They said he was getting checked.
he has to check in with one or two dudes or both.
Well, Shaq has
Depend on what he
Shaq
when
has
he make money.
like ties already though. He's already tied in with most of these people anyway. behind the scenes.
But they said he was making payments.
He's making payments.
No, he made payments in the past when he was in LA. It was one of the main reasons he left the Lakers. It was because he had problems with gangs. He got tired of it coming out of his income.
So wait a second. These people are running up on him and asking him for money?
Because no, they know where you live.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They know where you live, man.
And they'll send
And
girls.
it's unfortunate.
They'll send girls to your crib that you wouldn't even realize. Like, okay, this chick is hot. I'm gonna take her home. They're like, okay, now we know where he lives. Got his ass. And this it takes one person, bro. One person.
You're telling me the FBI can't take care of this?
Nah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's so corrupt. Fresh cooking. It's in the police.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, I went
Yeah.
to LA like one time. I was in Watts. They had a police pull up and showed the niggas that was snitching off his computer. I was like, this ain't like America.
Yo.
This ain't like America,
I hear
man.
Black Lives Matter protest about white supremacy, and yet I hear you telling me your own brothers and sisters are basically mobbing you.
It's real mob ties. Like it's really
You guys
mob.
ain't joking.
And no,
We're dead
this
serious.
is
Yeah,
extortion
that's normal.
at its finest.
It is.
Extortion
LA is different.
at its finest. This is blackmail and this is black gangster mail.
Is this any other city?
LA is
Literally.
This is so some cities do it, but it's nothing like LA.
Dude,
There's no one that do it like
LA
LA.
is the extortion city of
It is
America.
for real.
Bro. Like legit, bro. If remember,
So it's not just homosexuals over there. You got a
No.
whole bunch of
You got
people
gang
running
members.
mobs.
you
no
got
one-
the community tie.
This don't sound like no gang. This sounds like organized crime, bro.
It
You
is,
have
bro,
to be. So
basically.
listen, you got to be with the clique. You have to if you're going to be able to move out there. When I was there in 2017, I was with Avalon Gangster Crips and the Fly Crip and Watts. It's like you have to have some type of group that you're hanging with, and you have to know where you're going to be at because if you're in the wrong place,
Okay.
At the wrong time, you cooked.
So if you go to LA, you got to check in with someone, or you're not at that
well,
level.
no, not yet. No, but it depends
Not
on
yet.
where I go. It does depend on where you go, regardless. It depends
So,
on where I go. You go to the
20
wrong place, they going
2022, me and Myron are going to LA, and I know for a fact we ain't safe. So I called a friend up, shout out to him, shout out to AD, and he took care of us while we were there.
up?
Mind you, even though we were there, shit happened, and we're like, whoa.
It's crazy.
Luckily, we were AD and
Yeah,
them boys, so we was good to go. But if not, bro, it would have been bad.
that's a normal story.
Yeah, yeah. And
That's
it's
normal.
funny. He called ahead, said we're coming, and then they were there. Like people were there waiting for us to show up.
Yes.
just to be
That
safe.
shit.
It's that bad,
And
bro.
then the thing is, I'm
Dude,
sure.
hold on. Look at no jumper, bro.
This does not sound like America,
Hold on,
bro.
Hold on. Look at no jumper. Why do you think they hire criminals, bro? Like,
Yeah.
gang members. Protection, bro.
They got it different, man.
They got to, dude. It's part of culture.
And you're telling me these gangs got their people in the police?
They got them. I'm telling you, it's
Dude, you know what they do? Oh, sir, I was robbed at this, and that. Okay, got you. Hey, listen, we got an inquiry about getting robbed. Make sure you tone it down a little bit.
you know
They
why.
call the person and say,
you
yo,
know
tone it
why it's
down.
so bad? Like, bro, they got it over in the Slaussons. They got people that's willing, that's ready for you to bring in stolen goods to sell, depending on what set you have. And I'm talking about you can be anywhere, like a car dealership. It could be a Chevy, Mercedes car dealership. You see a certain car ride by, everyone throwing up their set. It's like, what the fuck? This nigga car salesman.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world, man.
Hold on. I mean, just add one more thing to make it even better. Imagine this, right? You're a celebrity or someone that has some status. And you want security in LA. You know where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah. Oh,
You
this-
hire security thinking, all right, this guy's big, tall, tough. All right, I'm gonna be taken care of. Little do you know he's a gang member. So they're like, oh shit. Where you gonna be at?
Tell them
Oh, who's gonna be at this spot, this location at this time? Perfect. They waited for you when you pull up. And he's like, oh, bro, I don't know what's happening here, bro. I'm security.
Yep.
And then before you know it, you're robbed and then taken advantage of.
Yeah. It's bad, man. Only LA. It's different,
Bruh.
bro.
This sounds like a third world shithole
Yeah.
where mobs dictate terms to the citizens. What you just described to me sounds like Chicago and New York when Al Capone was still alive in the 1930s. So you're telling me your brothers are now taking over the racketeering game and the extortion game. That's what you guys are telling me.
I mean,
LA, yeah.
shit, I don't want to snitch on niggas, but
LA runs
hey,
it.
nigga, I'm a civilian.
It don't matter if I got like a $40,000 show up and it's in like a studio for a walkthrough or a club. Any club, you have to pay taxes.
Listen, I'm going to make this abundantly clear. I ain't paying no Muslim tax. I ain't paying no black tax. I ain't paying no tax, man. You got me fucked up, man.
Well, I think he'll be fine because he's not.
Yeah. It's different.
He's
It's
not like
fucked
us.
up. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Don't fuck with them J's. I'll just leave it at that, man. I'll just leave it at that. But you know, now I start understanding the mindset in that shithole called LA. And now I'm starting to understand how corrupt everything is, which leads us to the main story in the news. LA is burning.
Yeah, literally.
LA is burning. And the reason it is burning is because people are upset that Donald Trump is doing what he said he was going to do when he got elected. He said he was going to get rid of the illegals, not the Mexican Americans. If you were born in this country, no matter what your skin color, you are an American citizen. But if you snuck across the border, you don't belong here. Oh, shit. And Donald Trump is doing what he said he was going to do. So, Dom, you have people waving Mexican flags, burning American flags because they want to stay in America and not go back to Mexico.
Not
That's
at
crazy.
all.
Am I
You're not
misconstruing
missing,
this?
man. You got it.
Listen, I've been here for 12 years. I can't even fathom burning an American flag and then saying, "Oh yeah, bro, I'm from Mexico." Dude, I'm glad to be here. I made it here. You know, we made it happen. We're surviving, doing pretty good. Why even fucking? Why are you here? Just go back to where you're from, then. Dude, I don't get it. I don't get it.
It doesn't make sense. What's worse is the people that believe the bullshit. They're worse than the people that spew it. You have people out here pushing this, saying that. I mean, it's a lot of women too that believes this shit. I've talked to. Oh, I can't believe what ICE is doing. They rather let these people. Why can't they let them just be free? It's like, what's this logic?
A country has borders. That's why.
We can't do it in Mexico though. They won't allow us to hop over the border and start.
You know what? I'll tell you, protesters, what? The day I can go to Mexico and wave an American flag while burning a Mexican flag, and nothing happens to me, and I'm completely safe, then I will support your bullshit. Until that day happens, mwah.
They wouldn't have no time for it.
So
What's the solution? What's the solution? Donald Trump's solution is to put in the National Guard, and when that doesn't work, because the National Guard can only do so much, you bring in the Marines. And let me tell you something,
700
man.
Marines.
You don't understand the difference between a Marine and a National Guardsman. A National Guardsman, this is a part-time job for him. He's actually a civilian. Half the time he's doing something, for the military. He's not a real soldier, but he has some training. People who are Marines, they live, breathe this shit the same way a Muslim does the Quran. This is what they do. And if Donald Trump tells you to stop the protesters, he's going to stop the protesters. I want to guarantee you, Donald Trump is going to do what he says he's going to do. And I'm warning people out there right now, if you try to make this violent, it's not going to go in your favor.
Yep.
People are fed up. And it's not just us white people or, depending on who you're talking to, us Jews. Black people don't like this shit either.
No.
Something's going on in America, bro. I can't put my finger on it. Just kidding here. But the point is that, like, something eerie's happening. And it's happening right before our eyes. My thing is, though, like, this whole debacle, I feel like it was created to happen at some point, bro. This whole, like, riot, protesting, it was too coincidental. It happens right here, right now, after this whole Elon and Trump debacle. Something's happening in the economy, bro, where, like, something bad is about to happen, bro. Something.
Well, LA is kind of notorious for riots too, though. It's got a long
It is,
history.
but
It's good that you guys bring that up. It is notorious. When was the last big riot in LA?
Was it 2016?
No, it was 1992.
Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah, Rodney King. That was the real big riot. And it's interesting that the biggest riot since 1992, and again, those were over race. Now they're trying to make these over race, was 33 years apart. That right there tells me
33.
the people in the inside have planned this. And let me tell you something. It does not make much. It does not take much to sow division.
Wow. So
It does not take much to sow division. I'll give you an example. A lot of white supremacists want this country to be lily white. And they'll bring up the example that, if America was 90% white, we wouldn't have these problems. But guess what? They'll find a way to divide you. It will be between Christians and Protestants, Christians and Catholics. If you have one race, they'll divide you between religion. Now, when you have different races involved, they're going to start using racism.
yeah.
So you have one step, two step to divide people. And the last one is class warfare, communism against capitalism. So these people who we call the Illuminati, Babylonian Brotherhood, they have their people all over the world. And they can basically do a step here, make a step here, and make sure they wind everything up. I'll give you an example. 2011, there was something called the Arab Spring, where people in the Arab world started, rising up against their so-called dictators. And one of the things that people learned was about a month before the Arab Spring started, they cut off the grain supplies. So that forced the food prices to go up, and that's why people started rioting. So they made sure they got the people rioting when they wanted to. And they have these mechanisms all over the world, whether it's through banking, military, anything, vaccine. They can do it any which way they want, Fresh.
Yeah, and just out to your point, so their slogan is actually pretty simple and in plain sight, but it is out of chaos comes order. Yeah. So they create the problem, and then the solution is said, oh, wait, we fix it for you. Yep. Trust in us. And before you know it, I guarantee you, there's going to be a big event. I don't know what it's going to be, either signs of wonders, miracles, or even aliens that comes to Earth. And then they're going to say, oh, problem is going to be fixed with this solution. And then we're going to say, okay, help us, government. Help us survive this fucking downfall. But again, they set it up from the very beginning, like you said. They'll plan the whole thing out and say, here's the problem, guys. We need to fix it. Bring a savior and then fix it. And then before you know it, you're like, please save us. And then you're cooked.
Problem, reaction, solution. This is how they work. They start the problem. Yeah. They know what the reaction is going to be. They steer it with the media, and then they offer the solution. It was right there. Just like COVID. Yeah. They had the vaccine ready before COVID even started. Yeah. They had the solution ready. And by the way, it was me who got suspended on Twitter March 2020 because I told people 9 months before it happened, do not take the vaccine. I already knew where this was coming.
Yeah.
You ain't going to fool me.